Hi, I'm Cayman, and I rebuilt the apartment I lost. Well, I kinda did. It's a little different. And it's a long one. It's about an hour long. So we're gonna be here for a while. So I have a crochet project in front of me. I have a niece that's gonna be born soon, and she needs a baby blanket. And all I have is bookmark length. Bookmark width, and my arms stretch across length. So I figured that's a good size because I'm like 5'4". So that's a good size for a baby. I tried to recreate originally what I had, but then I ended up changing it. You'll see in about a minute. I don't know why the footage is being so slow, even though it's sped up by 4. Wonder if I should speed it up a little bit, if that would help. I don't really feel like doing that. So I guess I'm just going to talk for an hour. Which I guess I don't mind, because I've done that before. Anyway, throughout most of the building, I was listening to a audiobook while building. I listened to Deltora Quest by Emily Rhoda. And while crocheting this blanket, I've been listening to Good Omens by Terry Pratchett and Neil Gaiman, which I've been laughing at because it's kind of funny. The book, not the authors. Here I was just trying to make sure I was spacing everything correctly. Gotta get that spacing right, you know? But yeah, I was listening to the first book in the Deltora Quest series while building this. And I gotta say, after watching the anime, all I can tell, or all I can see, is the anime characters in the roles of the characters in the book. And they aren't really described in the book. So I guess not very well. So I guess the animators got to have fun, like, making up what they looked like. The only one who was actually described was Jasmine. And I guess that's through Leaf's description, but it makes sense because there's a plot twist at the end. And it's a kind of old book series and kind of an old anime about this point. I think the anime was made in the early 2000s. Let me Google it. Deltora animated series. 2007. Oh, where can I watch it? It is on Crunchyroll. But yeah, there's a big twist at the end, and is it on Crunchyroll or is it somewhere else? But yeah, there's a big twist at the end, and all of the flashbacks in the series are kind of spread out in the animated series, in the anime, but in the books, well, the first book anyway, the flashback happens at the beginning of the book, and there's like a fast forward till the main character Leaf's birthday. And then he and Barda go on the quest and start their journey from there. As I said, I've only listened to the first book, but I have watched the entire anime. It was on Hulu for a while, but then they were taking it off of Hulu. And I was like, oh crap, I want to watch this anime. Let me do a marathon of it. Yeah. My crocheting is not crocheting. Ah, there we go. Anywho, so I watched it and didn't have much time to digest everything. Although I normally binge my anime, so it's not that big a deal. But when the twist came, I needed a minute, but I didn't have a minute because I was worried that the thingo was going to time out and I wasn't going to be able to watch anymore because it was like right at the end when they were about to take it off of Hulu. So I was scrambling to watch the entire series. And man, were that twist really good. I did not suspect it at all. Now that's how you do a twist. But there was like little hints here and there that some people weren't who they said they were. And the whole time, the magical MacGuffin belt was like really attached to Leaf. So basically the plot of the series and the plot of the books is that the king of Deltora and his wife went into hiding because the Shadow Lord took over the kingdom. And sorry for spoilers. And the king had a best friend who ended up becoming a blacksmith, who both the king and the best friend were raised at the palace, so they know the palace in and out. And they were like, why can't we see the rest of Deltora, because that's the name of their kingdom, through the palace, or beyond the palace, you know? So then the best friend, his name is Jared, he goes down to the town because he's accused of trying to kill the king when he was just trying to show him a book. And the king, Endon, is like, wait a minute, I trust Jared, he wouldn't try to hurt me. Oh, if you see me saving the building to the gallery, that is me making sure I don't lose my progress. I do that like every time I get ready to quit. And actually I do it multiple times, so if you want the shells of this building, just let me know. The finished building is already up on my gallery. I built it before Christmas. So, well, actually, I finished it the day before Thanksgiving, actually. The Wednesday before Thanksgiving. So, yeah. Anyway, Endon calls to Jared. Well, he summons him in his own little way to the palace. And he and his wife, Sharn, the queen, Endon the king and Sharn the queen, go to Jared and I say Sarah? I think that's her name. I forgot Leaf's mom already. Well, technically, that's not Leaf's mom. But, let me continue. Since I've seen the anime, I know what Jared and his wife looked like, and I know what Endon and his wife looked like. So while I am listening to the audiobook, I'm just imagining how they are supposed to be instead of beforehand. Whereas in the anime, they try to trick you into making you think that Endon and Sharn look completely different, and they aren't who they are supposed to be. Who you think they are. Anyway, I had the hardest time figuring out what was going on with the stairs. Anywho, Jared and Endon did the old switcheroo, and that was the whole plot, or the whole twist in the book. Kinda, sorry for spoilers, but yeah, that's what happens. Endon and Jared swapped places. Endon became the blacksmith of the town, and his wife Sharn stayed with him, and they gave birth to little Leaf. I almost called him Link for a second. Link. This isn't Legend of Zelda. And they fooled an old palace guard named Barda into thinking, oh no, we're Jared and his wife, not the king and the queen. And Barda's like, cool. Mind if I hang out in the blacksmith forge? And they're like, sure. And Barda and Leaf go out on this journey to collect gems for a magical belt to get rid of the Shadow King. Because the Shadow King is the big bad. But at the end of the anime, they reveal that Leaf is the prince. He's been the prince the entire time. and it is his birthright to wear the belt and to rule. And throughout the entire anime, I thought Jasmine was the princess, the long-lost heir of Endon and Sharn, because in the flashbacks, she looked just like them. Sorry for kind of shouting a little bit, but then in like the final 2 episodes of the series, it is revealed that she is actually Jared's daughter, which came out of left field for me. And then I googled it, and they were like, "Yep, Jasmine is Jared's daughter." I'm like, "No." And Wikipedia was like, "Yeah." I was like, "You gotta be kidding me." And I was like, "Wait a minute, aren't there books for this?" And then I found out there were, and I got the audiobook and also the Apple book, the ebook, I guess, on Apple Books. And I started reading it one day on a road trip, but didn't get very far. Well, I got to the part where they flash forwarded to Leaf in his birthday, but I couldn't pick it back up. I don't know why, even though I like the story. It's a fantasy story, by the way. I mean, makes sense. There's a king and a queen and magical belt, a shadow king. But here I thought Jasmine was the princess the entire time, and she was supposed to be queen. The belt was supposed to be worn by her. Nope, Leaf all along. Had the wool over my eyes. But then, at the end of the book, I'm like, oh, Jared and his wife are dead because they went out into the forest with Jasmine, and they died because of the Shadow King's guards, the Grey Guards, whatever they're called. And turns out Jared is alive. I know, shocking. And I was like, wait a minute, how's he alive? But they explained that he just has amnesia. This is in the anime, not the books. I haven't got that far in the books yet. I only finished the first book. What is this on my yarn? I'm washing this before I give it to my baby niece. I'm sorry if I'm kind of like rambling the plot of this book. There's like multiple books in the series. I only finished the first one. I think there's like 7. And then I noticed there's a sequel series, and I'm like, how many books did this lady write about these characters? And I'm kind of curious as to what the sequel series pertains and what all that's about. But throughout the entire anime, I thought Jasmine was the princess because she's got a very princessy air to her. She's like very smart, very capable, kind of a good fighter. Well, a very good fighter, actually. And she's kind of a take charge kind of person, which is something you'd want in a princess, a take charge kind of person. But no, she's the daughter of the best friend. And then I'm thinking, well, she could still be queen if she and Leaf marry, because that'd be cute. Because they've kind of been like hinting at a little bit of a romance to them throughout the entire series. In the anime, I haven't finished the books yet. Only finished the first one. I ran out of Audible credits, so I have to wait for more. Or I could just straight up buy the book, but I don't have enough money for that. I'll just wait for the credits. Anywho, I think Leaf and Jasmine make a very cute couple. The wild girl and the blacksmith's son. Very cute. But yeah, they could be like king and queen, and that'd be adorable. I know I should probably be talking about this build, but it's an hour long, so... And we're almost like at 15 minutes so far, and... I mean, what's to talk about other than... I think all I have done is the laundry room. Well, I'm working on the laundry room currently. I'm watching the playback. But I'm kind of focusing more on this blanket I'm making. I definitely had to have vending machines in the hallway because I don't know, I kind of wanted it to look kind of hotelish, but not quite. And of course, I have to have a library. So the original, like, inspiration for this was a recent, well, for me, recent, James Turner live stream he did, where he was basing an apartment building off of an apartment building from a TV show that's based off of a real building in New York. If that makes any sense. But I wanted to put my own spin on it, so here we are. And I think it turned out pretty cool, so. I mean, his is really cool and it has like a secret tunnel and everything, but mine's just a pretty cool place to live. And I kind of like tried to make it like 1920s, but like on the outside, but like modern on the inside. Yeah. Oh, I did finish the bathroom, so that's cool. I forgot what all I did. I didn't realize I had the basement so early on in this build. The basement is mainly there for, like, the new apartment stuff that we're getting in for rent. Excuse me. There's definitely a bunch of trash receptacles everywhere, so if your Sims have trash, they have places to put it. Nobody's knocking over any bins. There was only one fully furnished apartment that looks like somebody lived in it, or is living in it, whereas every other apartment looks like a showroom. And looks like it needs a Sim to live in. I did that on purpose, because, I just thought it was fun. Anyway, here we go with the gym. It's a lot bigger than James Turner's. I will say that. Which I found kind of funny. Although he has a nice courtyard, I don't. But I do have fun stairs. But I don't have any, like, secret corridors or anything. I could probably put, like, basement units in the... Or units in the basement, I guess I should say. Oh, I'm almost done as a row for my crochet project. Yeah, my yarn. It's getting tangled with my headphones. The hardest part for crochet for me is going to the next row. Hey, come on. Come on. I'm trying to hook the end of this row. It's not going. Although I think the crochet hook I have is too small for this project. Or too small for this yarn anyway. They called for an 8mm, but the largest I have is a 6.5 millimeter, so not big enough for this yarn. But that's okay. I kind of wanted it a little tight anyway. Mainly because I don't want, like, baby girl to get, like, stuck on anything or anything. Ah, I got it. Finally. I love this little bar area. I thought it was cute. I mean, I don't know if any NPCs will come use the bar to, like, serve drinks or anything, but it's cute. I like it. And now I'm on to the next row. I love how the arcade turned out, too. I didn't realize how shiny the walls were till I, like, did a little tour of it myself in, like, first-person camera. Well, as first-person as you can be without a sim, anyway. But yeah, I really like the little arcade area. If I lived in this apartment building, you would find me in the arcade. There's not any prize tables, but that's fine. Because generally when I go to an arcade, I don't want prize tables. I just want to play the games. That's all I care about. Although one time I was at a Fun Quest, it's a roller skate rink, and they have an arcade there. It was my nephew's birthday. And I won the jackpot on one of the games and actually gave him the tickets. Because I'm an adult, I don't need them. Although he picked out something lame, and I was like, really? You use my tickets for that? Whatever. Although I didn't really see anything I wanted, so. Plus, it was his birthday, and why should I take all of the spotlight? Because it was his birthday, not mine. But that was kind of fun, though. I had the hardest time finding the dartboard for some odd reason. I just could not find it. But eventually I did find it. There it is. Forgot where it was. But yeah, the arcade turned out really cool. And here I go, saving the shell again. Well, I guess now it's not really a shell. I just heard my kitten do something, and I don't want to know what he did. Hopefully he didn't knock over my bell pepper plant again. He does that. I don't know what his beef is with my bell pepper plant, but every time he gets a chance, he knocks it over. I'm rocking and rolling on this blanket. Good, like, 1.5 inches on this row. Oh, I did put in ceilings off camera. I do know I did that. I don't know why that room was weird. Oh, I do have elevators. I had to put a cheat code in to get them to go. Don't know why it wouldn't let me put them in without cheat codes. And I do a little thing around the bushes off camera, I think, to like finish off the little sections. Looks cute. I really like how this building turned out, so I hope y'all like it. It took me for flipping ever. And I am not kidding. It took me several days. A whole audiobook. I finished the whole audiobook. And a couple of YouTube videos. This is the fire safety room. Because, let's face it, your Sims will inevitably start a fire. So, might as well have a room dedicated to stopping them from burning to death. I don't know if I used every pack or not, but I feel like I used every pack. I didn't know what else to put in the basement, so that's about it. That's all that's down in the basement. If y'all want to add anything else, y'all can. If I want to add anything else, I can. And if I do, I'll update the gallery. Jeez, my nose. My allergies have been crap lately. Must be the change of the season. Although I live in the south, so we get summer for a very long time. Here I was trying to decide what window to put there. Ended up with the Moschino stuff window, I think. Yeah, that one. I love that window. I absolutely adore that window. I love putting it everywhere. I need some chapstick. I guess I could talk about Good Omens. That's a funny book so far. I haven't finished it yet because I've only been listening to it while I've been crocheting. Well, I can't listen to it right now because I'm recording my voiceover. So, where I left off, Crowley and Ezraphil had just discovered that the baby they thought was the Antichrist wasn't the Antichrist, and the Antichrist is actually out there just chilling like a normal kid. He's like 11, 12 years old. And the apocalypse is starting, but nobody knows about it. Mainly because nobody knows who the Antichrist is. Not Crowley and Ezrafel, anyway. But, like, Crowley and Ezrafel want to stop the apocalypse because they kind of like chilling on Earth. Crowley is a demon, and Ezrafel is an angel. Which I find hilarious that the one with the very hard to pronounce name is an angel, and the one with the easy to pronounce name is the demon. Well, he used to be an angel, but he just kind of walked out of heaven. Because actually, all of Satan's quote-unquote demons are actually angels, because they're the angels that just left heaven with him. I should know, I'm a Christian. But in the context of Good Omens, Crowley is a demon. Although in a lot of fan art, I see him just chilling out as a snake. I guess because, like, in the first chapter of the book, he's in the form of a snake. And I guess fans just rolled with it, I guess. I don't know. Fans roll with something a lot. Actually, let me go back to talking about Deltora Quest. I watched the anime first a few years ago. And I think I was sick or something because I was home alone. And I was just watching TV and making homemade mac and cheese. And this anime I'd never seen before came on, and I was kind of interested, and it never popped up again, as far as I knew. So I was like, was it a fever dream? What was it? And then I discovered it some other way, and I started watching a little bit, and I was like, hey, this was pretty good. And then I found it on Hulu, and then I was like, oh, I need to binge watch this because it's almost off of Hulu. And so that's my relationship with Deltora Quest. It was non-existent for a while because I didn't know it existed, and I hadn't seen like any like fan art or anything. And this was back when DeviantArt was a big thing. I was on DeviantArt a lot, so I kept having to erase the bio for this building because it wasn't the correct bio. I ended up not putting a bio in the end. Might have to put my crochet down for a second, take a sip of my drink. Anyway, 2 levels of this apartment building. Well, actually, there's 6 units, and 2 levels of this apartment building are the same. Like, I build one unit and then copy it to the next level, and then I go and furnish the other unit on the other side and then copy that to the next level. So for 2 levels, it's the same thing. Your Sims and you can add your own personality and your own take on it. I mainly furnished it as like a showroom kind of thing, kind of like, you know, when you're like touring places, they kind of like set it up to where see the possibilities. So that's what it is. Yeah. As I said, my allergies are being a pain in the butt. Oh, here I am blacking the little fake rooms. Little turret thingamabobs, whatever you want to call them. Jeez, my nose. Couldn't breathe for like half a second. But anyway, they're not part of the apartment, so I was like, Let me just black them out, because otherwise they'll probably be a little distracting. I decided not to use them because all of the little like balconies are kind of clipping through them, so I was like, I should probably do something with that. So I ended up like blackening them so you can't really tell. This is a little teen room that I kind of like, as you can see, it's all black and white. Like, you can put your own furniture in and do your own thing with it. I was trying to keep with the like 1920s aesthetic, but also make it modern. So that's the deal. But yeah, that's a teen room. Then we got the living room right there. And then I decided to copy all that, so I didn't have to completely build everything from scratch. And as I said, it's all like showroomy, so there's that. You know, the top level is a small apartment and like a big apartment, so I couldn't go all the way up. But yeah, the two apartment levels below the penthouse and the small apartment are pretty much exactly identical, except for one side is different than the other. That's it, mainly because I didn't feel like doing the same thing over on the other side and just flipping it. I think I just heard my kitten knock over something. I don't want to know what it is. But yeah, there's plenty of bathrooms, so your Sims don't have to worry about finding a toilet. I really don't know what else to talk about. I've kind of already talked about all the stuff I want to talk about. My best friend is having a girl. That's what I'm crocheting for. Crocheting for my newest godchild. Because 4 wasn't enough, apparently. I still love the kids. I'll still love the kids. Even when they get on my everlasting nerve, I'll still love them. Because that's what a good aunt does. Will they appreciate all the stuff I do for them? Probably not in the moment, but you know what? They'll look back on and go, wow, KK was the best aunt ever. Because she cared and she actually loved us. Cared about us and loved us. Unconditionally. Because that's what good aunts do. And I do love them unconditionally. Sure, I might have favorites, but I'm only human. Yeah, I didn't want to go overboard with all the decorating, so I was like, you know what, let me just make these kind of like showroomy, like stage them, so like your Sims and you can imagine what living in them would be like. I'm sure y'all can furnish them however you want. In fact, I'll probably refurnish them when For Rent comes out, because I'm built this and I'm recording this before For Rent comes out, even though it will be posted after For Rent comes out, because I am recording this on 11/22/23 at 10:05 p.m. For Rent comes out on December 7th. And I will hopefully have it December 7th. I'd make no promises. But it'd be really cool if I did have it December 7th. Like, I have it in my cart to buy on the EA app already. On a positive note, I had a job interview recently. Hopefully I get the job because I need money and I'm kind of bored. So, definitely need more money. Mainly because I've been out of work for a while. And I'm not at the point in my YouTube career yet where I make anything, so I don't make anything. I'm doing all this for free. So yeah, I work for free for YouTube, making their content. Just a little fun fact. I'm not being paid yet. I'd like to be paid, but not being paid yet. I think I put a fire alarm over every stove and chemistry kit, but I'm not entirely sure. You're only halfway through. Okay, I don't know what to talk about. I need to go check on my kitten. But I don't want to go check on him while this is still going. I mean, I could stop the recording, but I don't know. But yeah, I styled these rooms as in, like, there's a boy and a girl and a teen. I mean, your family could be a lot smaller, could be a lot bigger. Could have an infant or a toddler. But, yeah, just make it however you want it, I guess. Kind of imagining Eloise at the plaza. Anybody remember that book series and that movie? About that little girl who lives in the Plaza Hotel and gets into all sorts of trouble? Jeez, my nose. You know, I never read the books, but I love the movie. I did, however, read a bunch of Junie B. Jones books. And a couple of Magic School Bus. I don't know why, but the thingamajig right there looked so weird. I don't know what happened. But it's fixed, so that's all that's important. This yarn is so soft. Can y'all hear this? It is so soft. Sorry for kind of putting the yarn up to the microphone, but I wanted to let y'all hear it. It's so flipping soft. It's probably going to be softer if I put some fabric softener on it, because I'm going to wash it before I give it to my best friend and my niece. Although my niece isn't born yet, which is good, because this is her baby blanket that I'm crocheting. Well, she's probably going to end up with a ton of baby blankets. But this will be one of them, and this will be made with love. I have, her big brother is about a quarter of the way done. because she has two half-brothers who, one is turning 10 next month and one turns 10 in June. A half-sister who turns 8 next year. And a full brother, not a half-brother, a full brother who is turning 4 next year. Big family. The 10-year-old and the girl that's turning 8 are full siblings. And the 10 in June and the 4 are half-brothers, but they have the same mother. And 3-year-old currently turning 4 and soon to be baby girl are going to be full siblings. Blended families are fun. Trying to explain that to relatives is a pain in the butt and a half. Because they're like, wait, how come this one kid is a darker skin tone than these other kids? Because they don't have the same father. Because the other 2 kids were born from their dad's first marriage, and their little brother was born from his second marriage and the current one. You know, I really like how that bookshelf backsplash thingamajig I did turned out behind the couch. I like it. I like these modular things. Like the modular sofa and the modular bookshelves, and we need more modular things. I loved the modular sofa in Sims 3. I absolutely adored it. I used that thing everywhere. I mean, that was my favorite thing. I wanted to fill out a space. Modular sofa. Best thing ever. And of course I used more lights because that room was kind of dark. Even though it had like 3 windows. I'm trying to figure out the bathroom situation. Which ended up being pretty long, but it's okay. You can add more personality to it. You can make it smaller if you want. It doesn't matter. In the end, it's what I picked. Because I needed to fill space, but I didn't want to make the bathroom too thick, so I ended up going thin. But you know what? It works. It's a functional bathroom. That's all that matters. You'll notice I didn't put any... I mean, I did put laundry baskets in all of the units, but I didn't put any, like, washing machines or dryers. That's because they're on the first floor. In the shared laundry space. I really hope my kitten is playing with the spring toy I gave him and not my potted plants. If he's playing with my potted plants, I'm going to get his hide. Put him in timeout. Even though he just got out of timeout. Timeout is putting him in the guest room where his litter box is. And there's also a cat tray in there, so it's not like totally desolate. And there's also a nice bed he can lay on. And he also likes climbing up on the fabric closet that I have in there. And recently he's decided to start going inside the fabric closet, which is kind of annoying. But yeah, it's a little jungle gym for him, I guess. He goes and takes a nap and uses his litter box, and that's his room. And of course I use move objects for the entire build. Why did I stop there? I don't remember. But we're getting to my favorite apartment in the entire build. This one is the one that's fully furnished. As if somebody lives here, because it's such a tiny little space, and I decided to give it a whole lot of personality. I think I used like the new Bedroom Lux kit a lot in this apartment, which kind of makes sense. I don't know, I just kind of imagined like a girl boss kind of living there. I think I ran out of audiobook at this point, so I was watching YouTube videos. Well, listening to YouTube videos, more like it. And ended up giving the apartment like one tile bigger space. Which makes sense, I guess. But yeah, this apartment has a lot of personality. And I'm kind of proud of it, actually. Hope y'all like it, because I like it. I just woke up from a nap. Why am I yawning? Honestly, I need to go cook a little bit because I'm breaking aside for Thanksgiving. But yeah, as y'all can see, this apartment is going to have a lot of personality. But I did keep in the theme with the whole black and white thing. Yeah, I think I ran out of audiobook at this point. For some reason, that column wouldn't go up any further, even though the other one was just fine. So I try to hide it. Oh, I might finish this row before the end of the video. But yeah, I imagined a girl boss living here in this apartment. I really like how it turned out. I really do like the curves of the sofa. Yeah, the sofa's kind of big for the space, but you know what? A girl boss lives here. A girl boss would have a big sofa. Because a girl boss would have lots of friends to come over and play games with, or watch TV with, or movie night. Yeah, I think that kind of hid the fact that the, excuse me, that the column doesn't go all the way up. I don't know why I didn't go all the way up. If y'all can tell me in the comments, that'd be great. But yeah. I kind of went ham on this apartment. I didn't mean to go ham, but I kind of did. But who knows? Maybe I'll have a girl boss sim who can live in this apartment. And it would be awesome. Because I really do love this apartment. I would have lived in this apartment if it had cat stuff, because I'm a cat mom. The one sole picture. Anyway, it just kind of fit. I kind of like having those pillows. Finally figured out the 9 key for move objects. And I realized I couldn't put that I couldn't put a computer on that table, which was annoying. Because I really wanted that, like... Yeah. So, that's there now. Actually, I think I did not finish the audiobook until this apartment. I think I stopped the YouTube videos and just started the audiobook back, because I remember the fight scene while I was furnishing this apartment. But yeah, girl boss definitely lives here, and she's got all the mugs. Like, she keeps forgetting to put them in the sink. So she just has a collection of mugs right out. She's got a little stack of magazines. I love the everyday clutter kit. And yeah, that's the girl boss's apartment. I love it. And, I think we're getting to the penthouse. Well, almost. We're almost at the penthouse. Like a minute or two from the penthouse. I think I was like triple checking to make sure that it's saved, because I did lose an apartment build not too long ago. It was quite recently. So, oh, I did some of the ceiling on camera. Neat. Good to know. I'm pretty sure I did the rest of the ceiling off camera. I think we're getting to the part of the penthouse now. Yep, there we go. Penthouse is kind of like blank. A blank canvas anyway, not like blank, because I did want to put stuff in it. But like, your Sims could move in and live, but like, it needs more personality. That's the only issue with it, is it needs personality. It's blank. Honestly, I don't like how the kitchen turned out. I mean, I do like the kitchen, but it's like way too big. And the living room is kind of small. And the master bedroom I don't mind, because that turned out fine. It's just blank, because it needs personality. I should have called this building Needs Personality Apartments Part 2. Because I do have an apartment complex called Needs Personality Apartments. And there's regular, and then there's small. And this could be like Part 2. But no, they're called the Old Salt Apartments. Which is fine. Makes sense, because that's where I built it, was the Old Salt House, because I don't like the Old Salt House. I wanted the penthouse to be like the upper class echelon, like top tier, whatnot. Oh, come on. Here we go. My crochet wasn't crocheting. So they have to have like the fighter things in life. So they have all the expensive stuff. Honestly, I think this apartment kind of jacked up the whole price of the building, but you know what? I don't care. It's fine. I thought about giving this apartment kind of personality, but I was like, eh. The most personality it got was the teenager's room, I think. Because I gave them a streaming desktop. So yeah, like video game stream and stuff. You know, like Twitch. I like that Japanese wardrobe. It's kind of cool. I don't know what kind of teenager is in there, but If their space, they can decorate it however they want, I guess. I mean, don't we all as teenagers decorate our space however we want? And the kids' room is basically also kind of like decorate it yourself, but kind of not really, kind of also somewhat. Because as I said, the theme is black and white. Got a nice dollhouse, got a video game system. As I said, these people are the upper crust of society. I don't know if I used every pack, but I feel like I used every pack at least. I don't know if I did or not, I didn't try to. It's just how it goes when you have all the packs. And you have one pack that has really good stuff, another pack that has really good stuff, and then it all kind of like goes together, you know? Why is this end curving so bad? But, yeah, they're supposed to be like the fancy people. They only have space for 2 kids instead of the other people who have 3, because the bunk beds. I've learned a trick about crocheting. You have to crochet 1 more loop on the end so it keeps straight. I thought I was doing that as like a beginner novice who was trying to like I thought I came up with that on my own, but then I watched a couple tutorials and I was like, oh, no, that's not a me thing, that's a I'm supposed to do that thing. Because nobody taught me how to do that. And I'm still learning. So, yeah. I got to the end of my row. And the video is still going. We're not even done yet. As I said, this isn't over an hour-long video. And I have ran out of things to talk about. I'm not doing any Black Friday shopping. I don't do the Black Friday. I am going shopping Friday, but it's not Black Friday shopping. I'm going for groceries. My dad's like, you sure you want to do a Black Friday? I was like, I'm not going during Black Friday. I'm going Friday shopping. Or shopping on Friday, but it's not Black Friday shopping. Because I will be there hours after it all is all said and done. And I don't even think anybody's going to be Black Friday shopping anyway, because there's like, because deals are crap. Like, I remember when I was little, they'd have like 90% off of stuff. Now they're only got like 15 to 30% off, and like, that's not even worth getting out of bed that early for. Why would I go sit in the cold for hours for 15% off? And most of the deals are online nowadays. I mean, have I heard of Cyber Monday? Cyber Monday has a lot better deals than Black Friday nowadays. Actually, they've been putting deals out the entire month of November, so I don't get the whole point of Black Friday anymore. Like, it should just, like, go away. Because it makes no sense anymore, because they're not really doing anything decent with sales at all. expect the sales are better throughout the year than Black Friday. But that's just my 2 cents. I would like a new laptop, but I'm not going to ask anybody for that for Christmas because I know nobody's going to buy it for me. I have to earn that myself. I did like the look of the columns on the front of the building, so I decided to put them all around the building. I don't know, it just gives it a little bit more dimension and intrigue. So, I know I screwed up a couple times putting in the columns, but there might be an extra column or two in the little spaces, but it's fine. Hopefully this building doesn't make your game crash. I mean, it hasn't made mine crash so far. I've been building on it for several days. Also, the columns kind of help blend in the little balconies, so that's good. More columns. If you want to do the Mansion Baron aspiration, this might be your building for columns. Although I'm not sure if you'll have enough art. You definitely have enough columns. I know you can throw some art up in one of the apartments. Or in the gym. Or just anywhere. Oh, I should have put exit signs near the stairs. Oops. Oh well. I ended up only putting ivy on one side of the building. And you know what? It's fine. I kind of like it. Again, it adds more like interest and intrigue and depth. I've been growing and learning a lot recently with building in The Sims. So, hopefully y'all like my apartment building. Because I like it. Oh yeah, I do a little thing with the roof. I did something to make it look a little bit more interesting. Also, y'all may notice I kind of did every other level, floor, whatever you want to call them, a different color. Like one floor is one color, the other floor is another. I did that on purpose. Because I thought it would look cool. It does. I like it. And at the end of the day, I'm the only person I need to please, so. I thought if I copied the roof, the solar panels would also get copied, but it didn't, so I had to place it myself. Oh well. I don't know why, but these looked kind of cool on top of the roof, so I kind of just ran with them. Plus, it makes the whole thing look a little taller. Which is kind of cool. I had a hard time lighting them up, though, for some odd reason. But in the end, I like them. They look cool. A couple of AC units up at the top. And a couple of those. And this thing is about done. I think I save it and show y'all where to get it in a minute. Oh yeah, I did put a billboard on top of the building. That's kind of cool. I wanted a little bit more height. Because the building is really cool looking. but it needs a little bit more height. Which is why I added the facade part of the building. Because I couldn't add any more walls because it was already 4 stories tall. But yeah, I was allowed to add fencing right there for some odd reason. But yeah, there's the building. And I think I'm about to save it. And actually looked up how to spell apartments, so I wasn't incorrect. Because I spent so long on it, I was going to spell apartments correctly. But yeah, saving it and making sure it's saved. And deleting the original description. Saved it. Pulled it back up. Showed y'all what the packs are in. Save it to the gallery. Go to my gallery page and it's right there. But yeah, I hope y'all really enjoy it. Bye!